Excuse me. All right, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome aboard to the Morning Note. My name is Carlos Garcia, founder and CEO of G.A.R Capital. Thanks so much for taking time out of your day to join me. Running about 4 minutes late this morning. Hope everyone's having a nice morning, kind of recapping the news overnight. Let's go ahead and get to work. Dow futures up 204 points, NASDAQ up 0.43%, S&P up 0.48%, 38.66. Crude oil is up about 2.29%, $100.79 a barrel. Gasoline futures are down up 2.35%, 3.31 a gallon. Gold futures are flat, 17.37 an ounce. Kind of holding on to that support on gold that we talked about. Silver up 0.45%, 19.24. Taking a look at euro dollar, that's down about 15 pips, 101.68, as we're getting close to that parity level, $1 even. 135.88 down 4 pips for a dollar yen. Not much going on there. Bitcoin 20,405 is green today. Ethereum continues to move a little higher, 11,087. Again, this is futures, not spot on Ethereum. VIX is down 0.97%, 26.47 where we are currently. Let me go ahead and charge this bad boy here. So many damn chargers at my desk, but you never want to be caught without one. And then we have the dollar is up slightly, only flat, which is good for stocks, 107.13, and a 10-year yield is at 2.948. Remember how we got to around sub 2.8? We bounced a little bit there. So let's go ahead and take a look at TNX here. Some headlines I have on the Bloomberg terminal on my app. Just logging into the terminal is kind of a pain sometimes. I use it mostly, guys, in a weird way. Again, this is a $27,000 a year machine, 26,000. So if you notice on Twitter and on Instagram, I post a lot of screenshots because this is stuff you're not going to get anywhere else but Bloomberg. Not even like the Bloomberg website has it. So I tweet a lot and I send a lot of charts from the iPad that I have, which I love, while I'm working. Again, really the terminal, I only use that for charting, like real deep dive charting, some deep diving in terms of technical analysis on like fixed income or stuff like that, economic news. I haven't done that as of yet lately, excuse me. So a lot of it has just been focused on equity and news as I've been doing. So again, if you are big into news, you need to be following our Twitter at G.A.R Capital. So again, that's always going to be free. It's not going to be private or anything like that. It'll be free for all. Again, the news you need anytime you need it. Instagram, same thing. You're going to get stories. You're going to get posts. You'll get the recap at the end of the day if you're someone who likes to read. If you're someone that likes to watch on, you're more visual, while we're here on YouTube. And again, of course, if you're part of our G.A.R Capital community on our Discord, you get my live market blog, you get all that good stuff. So again, a lot of it is information. That's what we're trying to get at. It's just get you as much information as possible. Then you can make your own decisions as well, because everything does have perspective at the end of the day. As I'm logging into Discord, because I rarely log into it here. I usually just do it at my office. Anyways, so let's go and take a look at some pre-market movers real quick. Here's some of the headlines. Global stocks rose as fears about inflation and the pace of monetary tightening faded. That happens, when stocks go lower is inflation fears or recession fears. So kind of always flip those back and forth. Commodities got a boost from China's $220 billion stimulus plan. British pound, jumped as Prime Minister Boris Johnson is set to resign. Again, so China's Ministry of Finance is considering allowing local governments to sell 1.5 trillion yuan of special bonds in the second half this year, an unprecedented acceleration of infrastructure funding aimed at shoring up the country's beleaguered economy. The bond sales will be brought forward from next year's quota, according to people familiar with it. I'll go ahead and post it for you on Twitter, so you guys can read the details if I read a little too fast. And then I'll hashtag it China stimmy. Here we go. And there it is. So make sure to give us a follow so you can follow everything. GameStop, again, US stock futures are up. GameStop is up about 9% pre-market on Thursday after the video game retailer announced a 4-to-1 split in the form of a dividend. Shares of semiconductor companies are rising because of the Samsung Electronics earnings. I went ahead and posted that yesterday. That's basically the main things that we want to look at in terms of the market. So there's your headline. Let's go ahead and get to some pre-market movers, kind of see what's moving. what's shaking out there in the Dow. Apple's up about a quarter point. Intel up about 1.89. Microsoft is red slightly. Amgen up 0.21%. Caterpillar up 3%. China stimmy very close to China. So again, industrials again, Boeing, Caterpillar. What's another one? Freeport McMoran. That's copper. FCX. They're going to start bidding today. Walt Disney has a China exposure as well. They're up 0.79%. Chevron up with oil today, about above $100 a barrel again, up 1.84%. Still waiting for that 95 level. We tapped it yesterday, so again, that probably would have been the low there. Let's see if we can retest that 105 or excuse me, 95 to 90. We just slightly tapped that. So let's see if we get a little lower and see if we can get to around 92.53 so we can start putting in possibly buying some energy companies as we move forward for some dividends. Tesla is up at $700, at 701, up about 0.88%. Freeport McMoran, again, a copper maker, up 5.48%. AMD up 2.32%. I have puts, they're basically done. They were breaking down. NVIDIA up 2.28%. Amazon up about 0.15%. Apple up about 0.22%. Occidental Petroleum, Oxy up 2.25% this morning. And then we have Micron up 1.80. Really, the only one that's red right now is Microsoft in terms of the mega caps. Let's go to the S&P heat map pre-market, and you could see semiconductors are rising because of the China stuff. And you also have the Samsung earnings better than estimates. Energy is green, and then some financials are showing some green as well. So industrials too. So again, I still expect more upside in the market. I am long futures. 3,900 is my first target. Remember, we filled that first gap. If we go to SPX, S&P future, S&P spot, we could start kind of expanding here. And we go to the daily again, guys. Really, the key level here is right around 4,016. That's your next gap fill. I expect us to get close to that, if not hit it, and then possibly reverse down or see how far we go. Right now, we're still holding that 20-day moving average on the daily on SPX. S&P broke above that. That's a really good indicator of short-term trend. So again, we always look at the hourly. That's 20 days. If we're above that average, that's a really good sign. So maybe 3,900 does hit today. If it does, great. That's what I'm expecting. We do have non-farm payroll report tomorrow. So kind of keep this in the back of your head. Kind of want bad news is good news. We want the labor market to slow down. That'll show demand is slowing. That'll show that, the Fed's policies are actually working in terms of tightening. I know we hate to think that way, that bad news is good news, but that's just the reality of where we are in the market. So again, nice ascending wedge on S&P futures. Your resistance is around 38.75. If you're a NASDAQ trader, again, you're looking at possibly 12,000. That's your level. So again, we're pretty close. We're about 70 points away, and we would get a little more. In terms of futures, you just need margin. But again, you don't need to trade too crazy. You could just trade here MES, which is, let me go ahead and get this for you. MES is micro S&P futures. You could see here 1,584 margin just to buy one contract. I am green on it. I have one contract open right now. I'm up about 88 bucks on this trade. I got in around 38.54. We're up about 12 points. Can you explain how to read the tape, how useful it is to trade options? In terms of options, you're probably not going to get the best out of reading the tape. But again, you have level 2, times and sales. That's really if you're scalping futures at the end of the day. So again, I wouldn't use that in terms of options, to be completely honest. Really, the best thing would probably be just technical analysis. But again, tape reading comes with more screen time. That's really it. You just get used to it. Where do you see BTC and SPY end of year? End of year, again, I'm going to go over that in terms of the video. Again, I still want to see this non-farm payroll report. We have CPI next week. We also have the Fed one more time. So again, it's tough to call, but yes, I do expect us to go higher. I know, big surprise. Same thing with Bitcoin and S&P. Yes. Is this a relief rally expected to continue on, or we should expect market to go down by end of month? Tough to call. Again, the only thing that stands out is that we have non-farm payroll on Friday. So again, we can get to 3,900 by tomorrow and then reject. I still think we get to 4,000, and after that is really up in the air, because that's really depending on the Fed. If CPI is higher than expected, the Fed is going to still stay restrictive in their policy like they talked about in the meeting minutes. So again, you have to follow the Fed here. Can't fight the Fed either. So again, if they are still tightening, we still have more downside to go. If they pause, or they say, hey, we're going to pause rate hikes, or we're going to slow down rate hikes, then we're going to start turning the corner. But really, it's really on the Fed, guys. David, excuse me. Thank you for your question. Thomas, again, I'm still working on kind of like half information. We still need to see the earnings reports. Again, we need to see earnings revisions. I don't think the market is pricing in earnings revisions as of yet. Remember, we had Target and Walmart that had revisions to the downside, Micron and Nike. Now we need to see the rest of the guys. No one has really said anything in terms of the mega caps. The only one being Microsoft due to the dollar. And the dollar being high is going to affect a lot of these big companies. So again, part of it is just waiting. Part of it is trying to get the complete all the puzzle pieces so we can make the puzzle. I highly doubt that the first half of 2022 will be equal to the second half of 2022 unless we get an absolute systemic risk to the market, meaning like economic systemic risk. You know, a bank fails, Bitcoin slides, or a big company files for bankruptcy. I don't see that coming anytime soon. It's just a slowdown, in my opinion. But again, inflation, I guess, in terms of at least indicators, bond market, commodities, that's a good sign we are kind of rolling over. So there is some ray of hope, obviously, but we're just not there yet. We need to complete the puzzle. We need some more information. So again, kind of tough to call. We'll go and leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for your time. As always, make sure you hit that like button if you like these videos. More videos to come. Turn notifications if you like these videos daily. Keep it locked on Twitter. Keep it locked on Instagram. Always providing all the fresh content and information you need to make your decisions in terms of trading. Let's make it a great day today. I will catch you guys later today. Cheers.